Hello friends, today I bring you a story that seems taken from a novel, but it is completely real. Everything started with sincere words Demet Özdemir said at a gala about the attack on Sarah Bluma. Her message was brief but powerful. What happened to Sarah broke my soul. No woman deserves that. Violence has no excuses. Those words touched many, but especially one very special person, Gülten, Can Yaman's mother. That very night, Gülten called Demet. She wanted to talk to her face to face. You were his balance, she told her. And she confessed that her son was lost, surrounded by chaos, and only a conversation with her could pull him out of that darkness. So they met discreetly at a restaurant in Bebek. The conversation was silent but full of emotion. Gülten was clear. She wanted Can to talk to her. And surprisingly, 2 days later, Can called. The dinner between Demet and Can was intimate. He, emotionally broken, confessed he didn't know if it was guilt, pain, or both. Demet, with tenderness, replied, "Sometimes you just need to know someone is with you, not for what you were, but for what you can still be." But not everything was so simple. While this happened, Sarah Bluma received a message asking if it was true that Can and Demet had seen each other. She didn't respond immediately, but she did talk to him. She told him she understood Demet and appreciated her empathy, even if it hurt. Without scandals, without indirect messages, she simply withdrew in silence. Meanwhile, social media was aflame with theories, opinions, and the return of the hashtag Demet and Can again. And inside Can's circle, the atmosphere was divided. Some saw it as a chance to find balance again. Others feared opening that door would reopen wounds not yet healed. That night, Can returned home silently, sat at the piano, and played a melody he used to share with Demet. Gülten watched from afar, her soul shattered, wondering if she had done well to revive a chapter of the past. Because sometimes what one believes is comfort is just an echo of pain. Demet was also shaken, not only because of Can, but because of Sarah. Although she denies it publicly, in private, she cannot stop thinking about how Sarah must have felt. And Can, increasingly distant and absent, has begun avoiding interviews and rejecting projects. Some say he is even considered temporarily stepping away from show business. A source very close to the matter summarized it with a phrase that struck me. Sometimes silence between two people says more than 1,000 headlines. What do you think? Did Gülten do the right thing seeking Demet, or did she just reopen wounds that were closing? And you, if you were Sarah, how would you feel? I'm waiting for your comments. Subscribe and activate the bell, because here we don't just tell you what happened. We tell you what many feel but few dare to say. The truth is, talking about Demet Özdemir always makes me think about the strength and dignity a woman can show when facing the storms of public and private life with serenity and nobility. Because, unlike many figures in the entertainment world, Demet has shown not only for her talent, but for an integrity often hidden among rumors and gossip. It is curious how often she is portrayed as the victim of a failed love, of a man who betrayed and humiliated her. But that reading, while partly true, does not do justice to the character and determination she has shown. She is not a broken or resentful woman. She is someone who knows when it is time to leave behind what no longer serves her in order to move forward with dignity. And in that act of stepping away, of protecting herself, she shows more courage than many who prefer to cling to harmful stories and endless reproaches. Demet has maintained her impeccable work and clean image despite the storm that being involved in a situation with not only disloyalty, but also manipulations aimed at damaging and discrediting her represented for her. And it is precisely that resilience that makes her an example of nobility. She didn't have to tarnish her name or enter controversies to defend herself. She let her work and essence speak for her. But not only that, Demet has shown herself to be a woman who is not fooled by false promises or empty words. When someone does not value or respect her, she simply walks away. There is no place for emotional mediocrity in her life, and that is what many forget. Behind a public figure is a person with clear boundaries, with a heart that deserves respect and loyalty. Demet's strength also lies in her ability to heal and move forward without carrying grudges that only hurt. She knows life goes on, and true love is not begged for. It is received with dignity. That is why seeing her walk away from Yaman is not a sign of weakness, but of wisdom and self-respect. Not everyone has that courage, and for that reason, her attitude deserves admiration rather than criticism. Furthermore, we cannot ignore the weight traditional values have in her life. That way of understanding life that teaches her to guard her honor and name, not allowing gossip to destroy her inner peace nor false images to break her serenity. Demet represents the woman who stands firm in her convictions, who respects her history and that of those who accompany her, but knows when it is time to close chapters without resentment. And in a world as fast and scandal-filled as Turkish entertainment, that traditional, noble, and measured stance is like a beacon reminding us that not everything is worth achieving success or happiness. Because true greatness is not measured by followers or headlines, but by how dignity is maintained amid trials. That is why I believe Demet Özdemir remains a queen, not only for her talent and beauty, but for her ability to remain whole and authentic, for the strength to say enough when circumstances hurt her, and for the will to live in peace with herself. And even if some try to involve her in conflicts that are not hers, she moves forward doing what she does best, working, growing, and shining without losing her essence. In the end, we must all respect the space she has decided to create for herself, because no one deserves to be dragged into unnecessary dramas or to carry the shadows others generate. Demet knows her worth, and no lie or slander can ever change that. It is a life lesson for many, especially for those who think love or fame justify losing dignity. It does not. And Demet is living proof that one can move forward with head held high and a clean heart, even if the path is full of stones and false accusations. That is why, today more than ever, we must leave her in peace and admire the strength she has to continue being herself, no matter what they say or try to do. Because a true queen is not measured by gossip, but by the peace and respect she earns with her attitude and truth.